Germany's export industry is in free fall, with forecasters predicting figures to plunge to the lowest rate ever recorded amid the current coronavirus pandemic. Despite being one of the strongest in the world, Germany's economy has been hit hard by the COVID-19 outbreak. Although Germany's death toll has not reached the levels experienced in Italy and Spain, the Institute for Economic Research (IFO) lowered the export market expectations from -19 to -50 in April. The number is now at the lowest value ever measured. The IFO said, the coronavirus crisis is striking the German economy with full fury. Demand for industrial products has collapsed. Companies have never been so pessimistic about the coming months. The institute also revealed last week the Business Climate Index of firms from across the economy dropped to 74.3 in April. This represents two horrific drops in the country's Business Climate Index over the last 2 months. In February, the index stood at 96 before it dropped to 85.9 in March as the virus began to take hold of Europe's largest economy. Due to the lockdown across the country, the Institute for Employment Research (IAB) said unemployment in the country is set to rise by 520,000 and will exceed 3 million this year. The country's stock market, the DAX Performance Index, is still recovering from a monumental fall in February. The market stood at 13,579 on February 21 before dropping to 8,441 on March 18. Although the price has risen 10,581 at the time of writing, the government has drawn up a huge €750 billion £653 billion support package. Angela Merkel has also warned the country the pandemic is still at its early stages despite the lifting of lockdown measures in certain areas across the country. Ms. Merkel also stated that some of Germany's 16 states were moving too fast and that the country remained in a precarious position. She told the parliament, "It is precisely because the figures give rise to hope that I feel obliged to say that this interim result is fragile. We are on thin ice, the thinnest ice even. We are still far from out of the woods. We are not in the final phase of the pandemic, but still at the beginning. Some retailers across the country will begin to reopen, although strict social distancing measures will be enforced. State leaders will meet on April 30 to review how to proceed in the country's recovery." Ms. Merkel insisted social distancing measures must still be adhered to in order to help the economy recovery. She added, "If we show the greatest possible endurance and discipline at the beginning of this pandemic, we will be able to return to economic, social and public life more quickly and sustainably."